بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. Today we're going to discuss the difference between the detailed knowledge and the summary knowledge. Detailed knowledge is al-ilmul, what do we call it? Al-ilmul tafsili. At-tafsili. And the summary knowledge is called al-ilmul ijmali. Al-ilmul ijmali. What's the difference between them? What's the difference between al-ilm al-tafsili and al-ilm al-ijmali? Let's give examples. I know that Ali, my brother Ali, has gone to Hajj. I know my brother Ali, specific person, has gone to Hajj. What do we call this knowledge? Is this summary or detailed? This example. Ali has gone to Hajj.
Summary.
Detailed. Because Ali, specific Ali, has gone to Hajj. So I know for sure. The second example, I know either Ali or, see, we have either or Muhammad have gone to Hajj. See, once we put this one, once we put either or, it becomes what? It becomes summary knowledge. Because I know one of them has been to Hajj, no doubt about it. One of my brothers, but I don't know which one. It could be this one or it could be that one. This is summary knowledge. And then I have the third one. Now let's take this one. Let's take this one. Ali going to Hajj. Let's give another example of these. Another example of detailed knowledge. When it comes to wajibat. I'm giving another example. Salat al-Fajr. Salat al-Fajr, is it knowing that it is wajib and mandatory? Is this summary knowledge or detailed knowledge? Knowing about Salat al-Fajr is mandatory. Is mandatory. Is this a summary knowledge or detailed knowledge? Detailed. But another type of salat. This is summary knowledge. This is detailed knowledge. Another example, look at this example. Either Dhuhr or Friday are mandatory. Is this summary or detailed? The second one, second example. This is summary. Why it is summary?
We're not quite sure. It's
either or. Summary knowledge has two branches. Summary knowledge has two branches. One of them, one branch is what do we call it? One branch is One branch is clarity. The other branch is obscurity. The summary knowledge is divided into two branches, two sections, if you will. One section is clarity, the second is obscurity. The clarity one, and this is the example of summary knowledge. See, this is one example, this is the other example. Now, what is the clarity part of this? Look at this example and that one. Look at this example and this one. Tell me which part of it is the clarified and which part of it is obscure and hidden.
I've gone to Hajj and mandatory.
The or is obscure.
Well,
Both are obscure. Either or. Both. Either or.
Yeah, either.
But in these two examples, which one is a clarity? Which one is ambiguity?
they've gone to
Go
Hajj.
to the Hajj clarity.
Gone to Hajj is a clarity in this one. Gone to Hajj. So I know for sure one of them has gone to Hajj. I know for sure one of these prayers is what? Mandatory. But the obscurity is which one? I don't know which one. I don't know whether in this example is Ali or Muhammad. In this example, Dhuhr or Friday. I know for sure one of my brothers has been to Hajj. This is the clarity part of it. The obscurity part, I don't know which one of them specifically. Okay? Because in the detailed one, I know Ali is the one who has gone to Hajj. In this one, it's either him or that. This is the obscure part. This is the clarity part. In this example, this is the clarity part. One of these prayers is mandatory. But the obscure part, is it Friday or Dhuhr? I don't know which one. That's the difference. Okay? Now, so it could be this, it could be this. There is a probability that on a Friday noon, this one is required by God, or it could be that one. Is this working? Because I heard some noise. Now, if we come to the doubt, we have doubt. Like for instance, Salatul Eid. Salatul Eid, Salat al-Eid. Salatul Eid, we don't know for sure. Is it really mandatory, wajib, or recommended? What type of doubt is this? Do you remember we studied different types of doubts? We said the basic one, we call it what? The initial doubt. The initial doubt. This is several months ago. Initial doubt. Okay? Initial doubt, what type of doubt is that?
First one that comes to your
Initial doubt is the one that not preceded by any knowledge. Okay? That is called initial doubt. الشك البدوي أو البدوي. الشك in Arabic الشك البدوي or الابتدائي. Or الابتدائي. The initial doubt. Okay? There is something we don't know. We don't know. There is no knowledge came before it. We are facing this situation for the first time. How do we treat it? Do we say this is wajib or not wajib? I'll clarify that for you. I'll give you another example. The faqih hears about something, a prayers, a fasting, any activity, and he has no knowledge about it before, and he heard nothing about it before. How does he deal with this? Does he deal with it and he has a doubt whether this is mandatory or not? What should he do in this case, in case of doubt?
So it doesn't count as malay.
Let me give you something. Ahsant, you are getting close.
Can you repeat that?
Okay, let me give you an. I'll come to this room and there is a desk here. And I have nobody said anything about this desk. How should I deal with this desk? Exactly. I have doubt. Is this desk clean, tahir, pure, or impure? What should I say in this case? Pure. Why? Because we have asl. Asl of what? We have a principle called the principle of exemption. Exemption. Okay? Freedom. Once you don't know anything, nobody said anything, there is no hint whatsoever, then you deal with this as what? Tahir. Tahir, because al-asl here, the principle that is applied in this situation, the rule that is applied in this situation is what? You are exempted from responsibility. Why? Because this is initial doubt. Can we also say bara'ah, apply the same principle when it comes to this type of summary knowledge, where it is broken into two parts, one clarity and one obscurity? Can we apply the principle of exemption, bara'ah, when it comes to obscurity because you have doubt?
No,
Why no?
because this has to do with ibadah.
Even ibadah. Asl al-bara'ah applies to ibadah, applies to tahara and najasa, applies to everything.
Because you know, but say for like example, either Dhuhr or Friday Jummah is mandatory,
Okay, exactly.
right?
Uh-huh.
So I can't.
So you are
I'm not
answering.
I can't say
So you
I'm
are
gonna do either
answering.
one.
So you are answering. Okay. In this case, the initial doubt, there was no other command that was obscure. No. Was not preceded by a command that was obscure. You come across a situation here where you face the situation without any preceded obscurity. But in this case, there is a command. The command says one of the prayers is mandatory on a Friday noon. But we don't know which one, whether it is Dhuhr mandatory or Jumu'ah mandatory. So should we apply the principle of exemption in this case when we don't know which one is? So we say both of them are? Can we apply bara'ah? What should we apply in this case? Ihtiyat, exactly. I'll say that again. We have two principles. One of them is bara'ah, meaning you are free from any responsibility. Exemption. You are not held accountable. The other one is the opposite. It says no, ihtiyat. In this case of doubt, you must do the thing, not run away from it. What's the difference between them? The difference, when I am free from it, Dr. Umid and Dr. Ali, please look at me. I'm explaining the difference between bara'ah and ihtiyat. This is very important. Bara'ah means when I come across a situation, nobody said anything about it. No obscurity, no hidden, no doubts. Okay? I come across it and I don't know this is mandatory on you to do this or not mandatory? In that case, what should I say? After searching for evidence, and I could not find any evidence. If I find an evidence, the evidence is going to relieve me. The evidence is going to me either do or don't do. But in case no evidence, and I come across, let's say, a new name of a prayers, and I don't know whether this is, I should do this prayers or I shouldn't do this prayers. What principle should I apply in this case? Principle of bara'ah. Why? Because this type of doubt is called what? Initial doubt. Why do we call it, Dr. Ali, initial?
First time you hear
Exactly. It is not preceded by any knowledge. Neither summary knowledge nor detailed knowledge. So it is an initial doubt. And once we have an initial doubt situation, we apply what? Bara'ah, and we say we are free. No, we don't have to. We don't have to do this type of prayers. But if I come across a situation where there is a doubt in it, but beside this doubt has been arash, this doubt has been preceded by some sort of knowledge but not detailed summary. Should I again say no, bara'ah? I am free of all obligations. I have no obligations. Should I say the same?
No.
Should I say the same? No, I cannot apply bara'ah here. Why? Because there is some summary knowledge. And once there is some summary knowledge, it will hold you. It will tell you, listen, it is true I am not detailed, but I am summary. And your job is to investigate. You cannot just throw it away and run away. It's like, for instance, you know that you live in this address. Let me make it, you are a lawyer, Arish. Let me make it clear for you. You live in this apartment. There is a letter coming from the court to this apartment. Okay? But you did not read the name. The name you didn't read. Let's say the name was hidden, but only the address.
The name of the sender or recipient?
No, recipient.
I couldn't read it.
You couldn't read it. Only the address, and the address is your apartment address. It's coming from Superior Court. Let's say
But you can't see the name of the...
you can't see the name. Let's say the name was covered, okay? In this case, would you throw it in the trash and say bara'ah? This is not for me.
Depends if it's a bill.
If it is a bill, throw it away. Huh? Or this is, although it's not a detailed knowledge, it's some summary knowledge, so you bear some responsibility. Why? Because it's coming to your apartment, not your neighbor's apartment. Sometimes if the address is your neighbor's apartment, this is, you bear no responsibility. Neighbor's apartment. It's not my property. But when it comes to your apartment and you don't see the name, this is summary knowledge. So Aql tells you don't just to throw it. It could be your name on it. You did not see the name. This is summary knowledge. So when we have summary knowledge, we don't apply bara'ah. We apply what? Ihtiyat. Did you get it now?
I got it.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Okay. Now, so in the summary knowledge, we do not apply bara'ah. In this case, we apply bara'ah. Initial doubt, we apply bara'ah. Because there is no hint whatsoever. So I apply bara'ah. But in the summary knowledge, because part of it is clarity, part of it is obscurity, therefore when it comes to this obscurity, I cannot apply exemption. I have to apply bara'ah. I have to apply ihtiyat. And what does the ihtiyat mean here in this case? Can you tell me, help me? If I apply to in dhuhr or what does ihtiyat mean?
You gotta pray,
Of both.
Both.
yeah.
To make sure that you are clear 100%. However, fuqaha today, they don't say you have to pray both. We will come to this. They'll give you a leeway of running away from one of them. So neither you run away from both, nor you have to do both. At least you have to do what? One of them. one of them. At least you have to do one of them. Because if you don't do any one of them, then you are applying bara'ah.
So, same question for you. So, if we apply that same concept, remember we did the istisha, the principle of istisha. So, if that's the case, now that we're talking in this example, we know that dhuhr, there's no doubt that dhuhr is mandatory, right? That's wajib. But we're not quite sure if Jum'ah is wajib or not. That's the debate.
Yeah.
So, wouldn't based upon istishab then dhuhr apply?
Yeah. And this is why, until today, some jurists, they say, I am certain 100% that dhuhr is mandatory. I'm not certain 100% that Jum'ah, so they are sticking to the dhuhr. Until today, they do dhuhr, they don't do Jum'ah.
So they do 4 rak'ahs?
The Shia fuqaha, yeah,
So they pray together.
they do dhuhr, 4 rak'ah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, because they say this one I know 100%. I know about it. This one 50%. So why should I jeopardize the 100% for the sake of the 50%?
Right.
Others they say, okay, we will do Friday and then we will do dhuhr as ihtiyat precaution. Others they say no. No. We know that when you do one of them, you are relieved from the other one. So if you do this one, when the conditions are met, because this has conditions. If conditions are met, then this one is dropped. So opinions are different. Okay? Now, or ilm al-ijmali. Ilm al-ijmali, this is concerning ruling. This is concerning the ruling. This is an example of when ilm al-ijmali, the summary knowledge, is concerning the ruling. Which one is wajib? The one concerning the subject. Can you give me the summary knowledge, an example of summary knowledge that concerns subject, not ruling? I'll demonstrate that for you. There are 2 cups of liquid here. The door is shut. Someone outside the door tells you, when you go to this room, on the desk there are 2 cups. One of them is najis. Is this detailed or summary?
Summary.
What do you think?
Summary.
What do you think?
Summary.
This is summary. Because he did not say cup, the red one or the blue one. He just said one of them. This is summary. So I know one of them. So am I permitted to apply bara'ah exemption and drink both of them? No, I can't. Here I have to apply what? Ihtiyat. Because this is summary knowledge. I know the clarity part of it is that one of them. The ambiguity is I don't know which one of them. So in this case, I have to apply what? Ihtiyat. And stay away from both of them. Because it could be this one, it could be that one. Unless this summary knowledge is broken into detailed. And that time I know which one is which. But in that case, in case one of them is najis, not both, still I have to avoid both of them. Because it could be this one, it could be that one. This is summary knowledge. Okay? Now, but,
Quick
yeah,
question on
yes,
the example. So
yeah.
let's say we come in, we find out that one of them is najis, we don't know which one. But then somebody says, okay, this one's najis, the other one we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know about the other one.
So when you don't know, you are breaking the summary knowledge into 2 parts. Which genius one of can tell me what are the names of these 2 parts? You are breaking, when he came and he told you, so it is broken into 2 parts. One part is called detailed.
Detailed, yeah. The other
So he
one's
told me this is najis. What do we call the other one?
summary.
No, we broke the summary. Summary when it was between these 2, we call it summary. No, don't look at your notes, Omid. Don't look at your notes. Summary when it was between either or. Either this najis or that. This is called summary. Someone came who's knowledgeable. He said, listen, I saw the blood was in this one. So in this case, this one became what?
Najis.
Detailed knowledge, so I drop it. Haram, I can't. The other one, what should I call it in this case?
Oh, initial knowledge.
Initial doubt.
Initial doubt.
Initial doubt. I don't know. Initial doubt, I don't know 100% this is a clean or this is najis. So when I have initial doubt, what does Sharia tell me? How should I, which rule should I apply? Which principle? Exemption, bara'ah. That's it, you can drink it. Though you don't know 100% that it is a clean. Though you don't know 100% it's a clean. But because nobody told you anything, so
Also,
this...
it implies the concept that there was certainty before you walked in that one of them is najis.
Yeah.
Right? That was the certainty.
Certain.
So we can't break certainty with uncertainty.
Exactly. But suppose we break certainty with another certainty.
Then use.
Yes. Don't break it with another non-certainty. Do not break certainty with doubt, but to break it with another certainty. Okay? Someone came into the room and he said, hey, I can solve the problem. I was here and I saw this one was the najis. So he broke the summary knowledge. He broke it into two parts. So when he told me this is the najis, I get rid of it. I apply, in that case, I apply ihtiyat. Okay? Not ihtiyat. In this case, no more ihtiyat. In this case, it's definite. He knows. I trust him. But this one I don't know for sure it's a clean. I don't know for it. It could be clean, it could be najis. This is called initial doubt, and with the initial doubt, we use exemption. Exemption. So, meaning bara'ah. I can drink it. Okay? This is the answer. Did I give you the answer? Okay. Now, here, when we break this summary knowledge into Dhuhr and a Friday. Okay? Let's go to this one. Into Dhuhr and a Friday. Let's go into this. Now, the summary knowledge, either this is wajib or that. See, either or. There is some level of inkishaf in this, though it's not 100%. Okay? It's not 100% revelation, but let's say 40%, 50%. This could be the wajib or that could be the wajib. What is inkishaf? Inkishaf is revealing what is in God's book, what God really wants me to do on a Friday. Okay? It could be this or it could be that. I don't know 100% that this is what He wants me to do, but maybe 50%. Neither I know this is what He wants me to do, maybe 50%. But is it some level of revelation or not? It is. It is. Though it is not 100%. Though it has not reached the level of what? Certainty. قطع. But it's doubt, ihtimal, probability. Probability here, probability here. What did we say a few weeks ago about when there is a probability? What does al-aql say to you? When you love him dearly, you don't want to upset him. You don't know whether he likes this food or not, and he's coming to your house. What does aql say? If it is probably he likes the food, and you want to satisfy him completely, would you do that food for him, prepare it for him or not? What does aql say? Aql. Not law. Forget about law. Aql. Aql says yes. Aql says you must do, even if there is 10% probability that he's going to ask for this dish, prepare it for him. Why? Because he has what we call it. What did we call this? Haqqul at-ta'a. Right of obedience. Right of obedience. He's the Mawla. He's the Mawla. He's your boss. He's your owner. So you must do everything possible to make him happy. Even if that thing is a probably he wants it, not definitely, probably. still you must do it. Because you want to make him happy. Okay? So in this case, حق الطاعة, right of obedience of God upon us, what does it entail? Does it entail to do this and this or not? Just one of them or neither one of them?
Both have a probability, so you have to do both.
Both. Okay? Both of them. But, give you good news. In this case, so this probability, listen, probability, احتمال, probability. Is it, my question, look at the board. Is this munajjaz? Munajjaz, what does munajjaz mean? Remember.
And you're liable if you do wrong.
Exactly. Is it binding that you must do or not?
You have proof to say that.
Because munajjaz carries some level of inkishaf.
Yeah, you have to do both.
It carries some probability, even if it is not certainty, less than certainty. But that is some level of inkishaf. So once there is some element of inkishaf and revelation in it, it becomes what? Binding. Munajjaz upon you. Mandatory upon you. Are you with me or not? Please, if you are not with me, tell me. Because it has some level of a probability that it might be in God's book. I don't know. 50% there is a chance it's in His book, 50% it's not. Once there is a level of inkishaf, then it becomes what? Automatically it becomes what? Munajjaz. Because in the past they used to say no. If it is 100%, you know, 100% it's revealing, kashif, that this is in God's book, then do it. It becomes munajjaz. Our author is saying no. Our author says, حق الطاعة says, even if it is a probable, not necessarily certain or definite, even if it is a probable, it becomes munajjaz. Becomes munajjaz. Because what if it was in His book? What would you do? Do you deserve punishment here or not? Aql says, yes, you deserve punishment. Because haqq al-ta'a entails 100%, like some airlines when they tell you, 100% satisfaction. Or some companies, they say, buy this product, 100% satisfaction. If 1% you are not happy, bring it back to us. This is haqq al-ta'a, that we have to satisfy God 100%.
So say, can you repeat that now, from this clause, even if it's just probable, not revealing?
Probable, revealing, but not completely revealing.
Right.
Half revealing.
Right.
It carries 50% of revelation, not 100%. Right. It becomes what? It becomes binding, munajjaz. Because there is a possibility it's in His book. This law, this requirement, it's written in His book.
So probable.
يعني Dr. Ali and Omid and Arish, I cannot neglect it if it is a probable, let's say 50%. Probable means 50% in His book. I cannot neglect it and say, well, I close my eyes. No, there is a 50% chance. It's like a danger. God forbids. There is a sniper outside. 50%. We don't know. We could be right. We could be wrong. We are seeing something in the camera. He could be a person who wants to sweep the street and he could be carrying a gun. In that case, what does the aql tell you? Or you're going to the beach, there is 50% there is shark here. 50%, not 100%. Does your aql say, send your kids, let them enjoy swimming? You say, no. There is 50% probability. Okay, I'm not going to do that. So it becomes munajjaz. Even if it is not certainty. Even if it is, like Salatul Fajr, tafsili, that's it. Certainty, qata'. You can't kid with that one. But with this one, between this or that, 50% this, 50% that. Aql tells you because of this. And we're going to counter this soon. The fuqaha are going to counter. How they going to solve this problem for us? You don't do both of them. They're going to counter this. I'm going to tell you how. Very interesting. They're going to counter it. Based on evidence, they counter this. Because there are two opinions. There is haqq al-ta'a that tells you whenever there is a probability, you still have to do that. Not only certainty. Certainty, definitely you have to do that. Because you know this is in God's book. But even if there is a small probability, you still have to do that because of haqq al-ta'a. He has the right of obedience, absolute obedience above on you. So you don't miss any of his requirements. But this is versus something else.
We won't put a burden on you that you can't bear. No? Oh.
Not that one. Something else.
Paragraph 15.
No. Something else.
You overshot.
Already straight to it. That's it.
What do you remember we said about... We have munajjiziyya. Yes? What does munajjiziyya mean? Always remind yourself. What does munajjiziyya means? Munajjiziyya means when you know something about this, it becomes binding. You can't run away from it. In another word, if you run away for it, and then it happened to be, that is the ruling. That's what God wants from you. Can you here argue with God? God, but it was probable. It was not certain. I wasn't certain. Do you deserve punishment in this case or not? You deserve punishment. This means munajjiziyya. Okay? Now, we said munajjiziyya when you reach the stage of qat'. What is qat'? What is qat'? I'm asking you.
Certainty.
Certainty. So definitely we have no argument about this. And when you also, munajjaz also too, when you reach the stage of less than qata', we'd call it what? Ihtimal or dhan. Let's say dhan. Okay, dhan. Call it dhan, ihtimal, probability, speculation, whatever you want to call it, which is not qata'. It's not qata'. This is 100%, this is 50%. Okay? Now, what did we say the difference between this munajjiziyya and that munajjiziyya? There is a difference between them. We mentioned that many times in the past.
One has evidence and the other one requires.
With the hujjah dhatiyah.
We said this one is what? Absolute and conditional. You don't wait for God to tell you what to do next. Once you reach qat' becomes binding automatically, and this bindingness cannot be removed even by God.
Can't contradict or something like this.
Exactly, because if he wants to remove it, he's contradicting us, confusing us. What was the typical example I kept giving you?
Sun and
The typical example I gave you 500 times is when I said there is a sign which says speed limit is 55. You can see it. Qat', no doubt. You have eyes, you have a brain, you can see it. And then below I say, but it's okay to drive 75. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that because he's confusing me.
unless it's going with the direction of traffic, the flow.
Yeah, but he
Then it
doesn't put that
overrides
on
them.
the sign.
He doesn't put it. Maybe you do that, you drive, he would not, pull you over. He will what they call it? Overlook. The officer might overlook. But he would not put it on an official sign, on the same sign. It could be 10 meters behind it he will put. But the same sign says 65, okay, maximum speed. And then 75, okay, no. No, he wouldn't do that. So even the lawgiver would not confuse you. When he says Salat al-Subh, mandatory, Okay? Cannot later he comes when you know it is mandatory, 100%, still you can violate it. You don't have to pray. Does he say that? He wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say that. He will confuse us. Okay? He does not send conflicting messages. He sends one clear message. So this one, the munajjiziyya of this one cannot be removed even by the lawgiver. How about this one? Listen, please, look at me, please. How about this one? The munajjiziyya of it, meaning binding, can be removed by the lawgiver or not? And why?
Yes, because it.
Yes?
May,
So he says yes, it can be removed. Why? Based on what?
because that's not necessarily could be or could not be a reflection of the law of mahfuz. Because we don't have thought, we don't have certain.
Because this one, we reach the stage of ilm. So there is no excuse when you reach the stage of ilm and certainty. While that one, did we reach the stage of ilm or not?
No.
We are in the stage of dhann.
No.
And in the stage of dhann, Sharia and the Shari', the lawgiver, may give you permission not to do it, as long as it is still in the stage of dhann. So he can tell you that this munajjiziyya is not mu'allaq, not suspended. This is absolute. This one is mu'allaq, suspended, conditional. Conditional on what? This is unconditional. Why? I'll pull my hair if you don't tell me why.
Knowledge, you have ilm,
You have ilm, and once you have ilm, he cannot give you another order. Okay? Because you have ilm. It's like morning prayers. It's like fasting Ramadan. Can he tell you fasting Ramadan is wajib? And then he says, but don't pray. Don't fast. It is wajib, but don't fast. He wouldn't tell you this, because you tell him, God, please God, don't make me crazy. Give me one message at a time. Don't tell me. Yes, he can tell you in case you are sick, it's not wajib. In case you are traveling, but you are healthy in town, nothing wrong with you, and he tells you, one time he tells you wajib, second time he tells you non-wajib, he wouldn't do that. Because you reached ilm. It's unconditional. This is conditional. He can give you a leeway, a way to get away with it. Because it's not ilm, it's dhann. And what hadith is that? Do you remember what hadith is that?
Is it the 9?
رُفِعَ عَنْ أُمَّتِي, my ummah are excused from 9 items. One of them is مَا لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. As long as they have not reached the stage of ilm and certainty. We can give them. We can forgive them. وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.